Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be tackling something I think a lot of you are going to be super interested in, holistic fitness.
Yeah.
So we're going way beyond just, hitting the gym and lifting weights and all that.
Yeah,
We're talking about like a whole new approach to well-being.
absolutely. It really is about understanding that wellness, it's not just physical, right? It's about creating this symphony
Ooh,
of different aspects of your life working together in harmony.
I love that. A
Yeah.
symphony of wellness. Okay, so, and this is interesting because the research we're looking at today, it mentions that 78% of people who just focus on you know, exercise, they actually end up feeling unfulfilled
Yeah.
in their wellness journey. So have you found that to be true? Like, have you ever felt that way?
Yeah.
Where you're like really hitting the gym and stuff, but you still feel like something's missing?
Oh, absolutely. And that's where this whole holistic approach comes in, right? Because this deep dive that we're doing today, it's all about exploring these other aspects of well-being that sometimes we don't always, pay attention to.
Yeah, okay. I'm so ready to unpack all of this. So what are the key instruments we should be tuning into in this wellness symphony?
Well, the research points to four main pillars of holistic fitness.
Okay.
We've got the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual.
Okay. 4 pillars. I'm taking notes.
Uh,
So we're not just going to skim the surface here.
no.
We're going deep on how these pillars actually interact and support each other.
Exactly. The goal is to really understand how to create a lifestyle that isn't just about these temporary fixes,
Right.
but, actually creating genuine, long-lasting well-being.
Yes, love it. Okay, so let's start with the pillar. I think we're probably most familiar with physical fitness.
Sure.
Um,
And while exercise is a crucial part, it's not the whole story.
right.
And what's so fascinating about the research that we're diving into today is that it really emphasizes variety.
Okay.
Our bodies, they crave different types of movement, not just endless hours on the treadmill.
Oh, okay. So instead of just like pounding the pavement, what else should we be thinking about doing?
Think about adding in activities that challenge your heart, your muscles, your flexibility, your
Yeah.
balance even. Things like dancing, yoga, swimming.
Okay.
These are all amazing ways to move your body in different ways and keep things interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like cross-training for your whole life,
Yes.
not just for, a marathon or something like that.
Exactly.
But what about the stuff that I think we often overlook,
Yes.
like what we eat and how much we sleep?
You're hitting on something so crucial here. Nutrition and sleep are like the unsung heroes of physical well-being.
Right.
Think of it this way. You wouldn't expect a car to run on empty, right?
No.
Well, our bodies are these incredible machines that need the right fuel and enough rest to function at their best.
Okay. I am inspired to ditch the drive-through and hit the hay earlier tonight.
There you go.
So we got physical fitness kind of covered.
Yes.
Let's move to the next pillar, mental fitness.
Okay.
What does it mean to give our minds a workout?
It's about more than just doing crossword puzzles, Although those are great too.
Sure.
This research that we're diving into, it points to these incredible benefits of mindfulness and meditation.
Okay.
Even just 5 minutes a day of bringing your attention to the present moment can make a huge difference in your mental clarity and your emotional balance.
5 minutes. That
Yeah.
seems doable. I think a lot of people, though, get intimidated by meditation.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to sit here and like empty my mind and like, I can't do that.
It's a common misconception that meditation is about emptying your mind. It's more about observing your thoughts without judgment,
Okay.
like watching clouds drift by.
I could do that.
Exactly.
No?
And there are so many different techniques out there, so you can find one that works for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So besides meditation, what are some other ways to kind of boost our mental fitness?
Well, the research suggests engaging in activities that challenge your brain.
Hmm.
Things like learning a new language or playing a musical instrument
Right.
or even trying a new recipe. And don't underestimate the power of a good conversation.
Oh, I love those.
Engaging in thoughtful discussions can really stretch those mental muscles.
I'm all about those brain-boosting conversations.
Yeah,
But in today's world, we can't talk about mental fitness without addressing stress. Right.
absolutely. Stress management, it is non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And, the research suggests simple but powerful techniques like deep breathing exercises. Have you ever noticed how you just instinctively take a deep breath when you're feeling overwhelmed?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. Deep breathing, it helps calm your nervous system, and it brings you back to the present moment.
So it's not just a cliche. It's like actually backed by science
It's exact.
to take those deep breaths.
Yeah.
What are some other stress-busting strategies that we can try?
Well, the research highlights the benefits of spending time in nature, Even a short walk in the park can lower your stress levels and improve your mood.
Love it.
And disconnecting from technology, even for just a few hours a day, can give your mind a much-needed break.
I think we could all benefit from a little more nature and a little less screen time. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've tackled physical and mental fitness. Now let's explore the third pillar, emotional fitness.
Okay.
What does it mean to be emotionally fit?
It's about developing a keen understanding of your own emotions and learning how to manage them effectively.
Okay.
Imagine having an emotional GPS that helps you navigate the ups and downs of life.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Hmm.
An emotional GPS. But how do we actually develop this internal guidance system?
Journaling is a great place to start.
Okay.
It allows you to really check in with yourself. You process your thoughts and feelings and uncover patterns in your emotional landscape. Think of it as a conversation with yourself,
Right.
a safe space to explore what's going on inside.
I love that. It's like having a personal therapist you can carry around in your pocket.
Exactly.
What about gratitude?
Ooh.
It seems like everyone's talking about gratitude these days.
And for good reason. The research shows that gratitude isn't just this feel-good practice. It actually rewires your brain
Wow.
to be more positive and resilient. Yeah. Regularly focusing on what you're grateful for, it can boost your happiness, and it helps you cope with stress more effectively.
So it's not just about counting your blessings. It's about training your brain
Yes.
to focus on the good stuff.
To focus on the good.
That's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've explored the physical, mental, and emotional pillars. Now, let's move to the final pillar, spiritual fitness. I think this is where things get a little fuzzy for people.
Yeah, and it's important to clarify that spiritual fitness, it's not about religion,
Right.
although it can be for some people. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself, something that gives your life meaning and purpose.
So it's about finding what resonates with you personally.
Exactly.
What sparks that sense of awe and wonder.
Yes. For some people, it's connecting with nature. For others, it's through art or music, community service. It's about exploring those big questions about life, purpose, legacy, and discovering what truly matters to you.
Those are questions we all wrestle with at some point in our lives, right?
Absolutely.
It's about finding our place in the grand scheme of things.
Yes, and that journey of self-discovery that is at the heart of spiritual fitness.
I love that. Okay, so we've kind of laid out the 4 pillars of holistic fitness.
Yes.
Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are the real benefits of embracing this holistic approach?
Well, the benefits, they go far beyond just physical changes.
Okay.
Holistic fitness has this ripple effect that impacts every aspect of your life.
So it's not just about looking good in a swimsuit. It's about feeling amazing in your own skin, mind, and spirit.
Exactly. For example, the research highlights how people who embrace this holistic approach, they often experience increased energy, better sleep, and a stronger immune system.
Okay, those are benefits I think everyone can get behind. Who doesn't want more energy and better sleep? But what about the mental and emotional benefits? Those are a little harder to measure, right?
Not necessarily. The research suggests that holistic fitness can actually lead to improvements in your focus,
Oh, yeah.
your concentration, and even your resilience in the face of challenges.
I think those benefits are especially relevant.
Yeah.
For our listeners who are always looking for ways to, kind of boost their productivity and their well-being. What about the emotional side of things? How does holistic fitness impact our relationships and our self-awareness?
It's remarkable how interconnected it all is.
Yeah.
This research shows that as you become more in tune with your physical, your mental, and your spiritual well-being, you naturally develop better stress management skills, you have deeper relationships, and a stronger sense of self-awareness.
Okay, so we're talking about total transformation.
Yeah.
Not just physically,
Yes.
but mentally and emotionally as well. But let's get real for a second. How do we actually make holistic fitness work in our busy lives? I think it's easy to get overwhelmed with all the information out there.
You're so right. That's why this research emphasizes the importance of starting small. It's not about overhauling your entire life overnight.
Right.
It's about incorporating tiny, sustainable habits that create these big ripples over time.
So what kind of tiny habits are we talking about here? Give us some examples.
Think about adding an extra serving of vegetables to your dinner,
Okay.
taking a few deep breaths before you check your phone in the morning,
Okay.
or stretching for just a few minutes while your coffee brews.
Oh, I love that. It's about finding those little pockets of time in our day to prioritize our well-being. But what if you're someone who really struggles with motivation? how do you stay consistent with these new habits?
That's where this concept of choosing joy comes in.
Okay.
The research suggests finding activities that you genuinely enjoy that make you feel alive and energized.
Because if you're forcing yourself to do something you hate, you're not going to stick with it.
Exactly. Sustainability is key here.
Right.
So think about what brings you joy, what makes you feel good, and then find ways to weave those activities into your routine. Maybe it's dancing, hiking, gardening, or spending time with loved ones. Whatever lights you up.
I love it. Okay, I'm feeling inspired. But what about goal setting? How do we set realistic goals that actually move us forward on our holistic fitness journey?
It's all about breaking down those big, overwhelming goals into smaller, more manageable steps. So instead of saying, I want to be perfectly healthy,
Right.
you might say, this week I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk 3 times.
That feels so much more achievable. It's about taking those baby steps and celebrating the wins along the way.
Exactly.
Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory.
It is a victory.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Oh, no.
Building a supportive community,
Yes.
whether it's online or in person, can make a world of difference.
Absolutely. We're wired for connection, and having a support system can help us navigate the challenges and celebrate those victories along the way.
It's like having a cheering squad for your well-being.
Yes.
So finding a workout buddy, joining a yoga class, or even just sharing your journey with friends and family
Yes.
can help you stay motivated and accountable.
Absolutely.
But let's be honest. There will be days when we slip up,
Of course.
when we skip that workout or reach for the comfort food instead of the salad.
It happens.
How do we deal with those setbacks without beating ourselves up?
That's where self-compassion comes in.
Okay.
Holistic fitness, it's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
There will be bumps along the road.
Yeah.
The key is to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a good friend.
It's about being our own best cheerleaders.
Yes.
Even when we stumble.
Even when we stumble. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your wins, learn from your setbacks,
Okay.
and keep moving forward.
Okay, we've talked about the 4 pillars of holistic fitness, the amazing benefits,
Yes.
and how to make it all work in our busy lives. But let's zoom in on some specific practices. What are some of the things that really stood out to you in this research?
One thing I found fascinating is this idea of blending ancient wisdom with modern fitness routines.
Right.
Practices like yoga and Tai Chi have been around for centuries.
Right.
And they're not just about, physical flexibility and strength. They also cultivate mental calmness and focus.
It's like a 2-for-1 deal.
It is.
You're working your body and your mind at the same time.
Exactly.
Are there any other ancient practices that are making a comeback in the modern wellness world?
Absolutely. Breathwork or pranayama is another powerful tool for connecting the mind and body.
Okay.
By using specific breathing techniques, you can actually influence your physical and mental state, reduce stress, improve sleep, and even boost your energy levels.
Wow, breathwork sounds like a secret weapon for overall well-being.
It can be.
It's amazing how these ancient practices are becoming so relevant in our modern world.
I know, right?
It speaks to this deep yearning, I think, for something more
Yes.
than the physical aspects of fitness.
Absolutely.
We're rediscovering the power of these holistic practices
Yeah.
that nourish our minds, bodies, and spirit.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got yoga, Tai Chi, and breathwork on our list. What about some of the more familiar forms of exercise? How can we approach those from a more holistic perspective?
Let's take HIIT workouts, for example.
Okay.
They're great for burning calories and boosting your metabolism, but they can also be quite intense.
Right.
The research suggests finding ways to make those workouts more mindful.
Mindful HIT. That sounds like a challenge. How do you actually do that?
It's about bringing your awareness to your body, your breath, and your movements throughout the workout. So instead of just pushing yourself to the limit, you're tuning into how your body feels in each moment.
So it's not about slowing down the pace, it's about deepening the experience.
Exactly.
And really connecting with your body.
Yes. And speaking of connecting with your body, the research also emphasizes the importance of recovery days.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in that go, go, go mentality and forget to give our bodies time to rest and repair.
Rest days are so crucial. But what's the best way to approach those days? Should we just be like lounging on the couch all day?
Not necessarily. Active recovery like gentle stretching, walking, or yoga can actually enhance the benefits of your more intense workouts.
So it's about finding ways to move our bodies gently and mindfully,
Yes.
even on our rest days.
Yes. And you know what? The research even highlights these often overlooked benefits of walking.
Walking. I think a lot of people might dismiss it as not being intense enough.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But walking, it's low impact, it's accessible to people of all fitness levels, and it gets you out in nature, which is incredibly beneficial for both your physical and mental health.
Plus, it's a great opportunity to just clear your head, get some fresh air,
Yes,
maybe even connect with a friend or a loved one.
absolutely. So don't underestimate the power of a good walk.
Okay.
It might just be the missing piece in your holistic fitness puzzle.
I love that. Okay, so we got mindful, HIIT, active recovery, and the surprising benefits of walking. What other insights does this research offer?
It also touches on the power of dance as a form of exercise.
Oh, yeah.
Dance is such a joyful and expressive way to move your body.
Right.
And it's not just about burning calories, it's about connecting with your rhythm, your creativity, and your emotions.
Like a moving meditation.
I love
A
that.
way to express yourself and let go of stress.
Yes, and the research highlights how dance can be incredibly empowering, especially for women.
Yeah.
It's a way to celebrate your body, your strength, and your sensuality.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a fun, engaging, and holistic way to move your body, I highly recommend giving dance a try.
Yes.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from ancient wisdom to modern techniques. What's the biggest takeaway when it comes to finding the right holistic fitness practices for you?
The key is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
It's about finding what resonates with you, what brings you joy, and what fits into your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's about creating your own personalized wellness symphony, blending together the practices that nourish your mind, body, and spirit.
That's such a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about listening to your inner wisdom
Yes,
and creating a fitness routine that feels authentic to you.
exactly. And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.
Love it.
Embrace the process, experiment with different practices, and have fun along the way.
Okay, so we've explored the 4 pillars of holistic fitness.
Yeah.
We've discovered a variety of inspiring practices, and we've talked about how to make it all work in real life. But there's one more crucial aspect we need to address, and that's technology.
Ah, yes. Technology. It's such a pervasive part of our lives.
It really is.
And it can have both positive and negative impacts on our well-being.
So how do we navigate the world of fitness technology in a way that supports our holistic goals?
Well, the research specifically addresses fitness trackers and wearables,
Okay.
and it cautions against becoming obsessed with the data.
Right.
It's so easy to get caught up in the numbers and lose sight of how you actually feel.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fall into that trap. They start comparing themselves to others or striving for these unrealistic goals based on what they see on their devices.
Mm.
How do we use these tools in a way that's empowering rather than overwhelming?
The key is to use technology as a tool for self-awareness, not self-judgment.
Okay.
So instead of focusing on hitting specific metrics or comparing yourself to others, use the data to track your progress. Identify patterns and make adjustments to your routine as needed.
So, for example, if your fitness tracker shows that you're not getting enough sleep,
Yeah.
you can use that information to prioritize better sleep habits.
Exactly. Or if you notice that your heart rate spikes during certain activities, you can explore ways to manage stress or modify your workouts.
It's about finding that balance between embracing technology and staying connected to our own inner wisdom.
Exactly.
But with technology evolving so rapidly, it can be hard to keep up.
You're absolutely right. That's why it's essential to stay informed about the latest developments.
Okay.
Be mindful of your usage and choose the tools that truly align with your individual needs and goals. What works for one person might not work for another.
That's such an important reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the importance of using fitness technology mindfully. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about how holistic fitness adapts to different stages of life.
Ah, yes. This is crucial. Our bodies, our minds, and our needs, they change as we age.
Right.
And our approach to fitness should reflect those changes.
So what works for a 20-year-old might not work for a 50-year-old. What are some things to keep in mind as we navigate those different life stages?
The research emphasizes finding movement practices that are appropriate for your age and fitness level.
Okay.
So for someone just starting out, it might be about incorporating more low-impact activities like walking or swimming.
Right. And as we get older, we might need to focus more on strength training to maintain muscle mass and bone density.
Exactly. And flexibility becomes even more important as we age. Maintaining flexibility can help prevent injuries and keep us moving freely.
Yeah, it's about listening to our bodies, honoring our limitations, and adapting our practices as needed. But sometimes it's hard to know where to start, especially if you're new to holistic fitness.
You know what? It's never too late to embrace holistic fitness.
Okay.
No matter what age you are, You can always start making choices that support your overall well-being.
Good.
The key is to find what feels good for you, what brings you joy, and what you can realistically incorporate into your life.
That's such a reassuring message. So
Yeah.
no matter where you are on your fitness journey, there's always room for growth and exploration.
Absolutely. And remember, this journey, it's about so much more than just physical changes.
Right.
It's about cultivating a sense of balance, vitality, and purpose in every aspect of your life.
I love that. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From the 4 pillars of holistic fitness to specific practices and the role of technology. As we wrap up this part of the episode, what's the key message you want to leave our listeners with?
I think the most important takeaway is that holistic fitness, it's a journey of self-discovery.
Okay.
It's about exploring different practices, finding what resonates with you, and creating a lifestyle that nourishes your mind, body, and spirit.
It's about becoming the best, most vibrant version of yourself.
Yes.
Inside and out.
Inside and out.
And it's a journey that's worth taking no matter where you are in life.
Absolutely. And it's a journey that's worth taking no matter where you are in life.
That's so true. So it's not about fitting into a certain mold.
No.
It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your individual needs and aspirations. And speaking of supporting our well-being, we can't talk about holistic fitness without addressing the role of nutrition.
Right, absolutely. We are what we eat, as they say.
Right.
But it's not about, restrictive diets or calorie counting. It's about nourishing your body with whole, nutrient-dense foods that fuel your energy and support your overall health.
It's about making food choices that make you feel good, both physically and mentally.
Yes.
Foods that nourish your body and soul.
Precisely. And the research, it highlights the importance of listening to your body and honoring your individual needs. What works for one person might not work for another. We all have different metabolisms, dietary preferences, and cultural backgrounds that influence our relationship with food.
So it's about finding what works for you and creating a sustainable approach to eating that supports your holistic fitness journey. But it's interesting, isn't it, how food goes beyond just fueling our bodies?
You're right. This research, it delves into this fascinating connection between nutrition and our mental and emotional well-being.
Oh, tell me more about that. How can what we eat actually influence how we think and feel?
Well, think about how you feel after a meal that's heavy in processed foods and sugar. You might experience energy crashes, mood swings, or even brain fog.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Whereas when you nourish your body with whole, unprocessed foods, you tend to have more sustained energy,
Yes.
a clearer mind, and a more balanced mood. It's like food can be medicine.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about finding that sweet spot where our food choices, they support our physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground from the 4 pillars of holistic fitness to specific practices,
Mm-hmm.
the role of technology and the importance of nutrition.
Yes.
But there's one more essential piece of the puzzle. We can't leave out sleep.
Yes, sleep, the ultimate reset button.
Right.
And this research emphasizes that it's not just about getting enough hours, it's about the quality of your sleep.
So what are some of the keys to unlocking better sleep? What should we be focusing on?
Think about creating a relaxing bedtime routine, a signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, and avoid screens for at least an hour before bed.
Those are great tips.
Yeah.
It's amazing how just those small changes can make such a big difference in the quality of our sleep. And, when we're well rested, we have more energy, we're more focused, and we're better able to handle, the inevitable stresses of life.
Precisely. Sleep is like a superpower
Yeah.
that enhances our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It's truly a non-negotiable part of our holistic fitness journey.
But it goes even deeper than that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
This research suggests this fascinating connection between sleep and our spiritual connection.
that's right. When we're sleep deprived, we tend to feel disconnected, scattered, and just out of sorts. But when we prioritize rest and we allow our minds and bodies to fully recharge, we become more attuned to our intuition, our creativity, and our sense of purpose.
It's like sleep allows us to tap into this deeper level of awareness,
Yes,
to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
I love that. It's about honoring the interconnectedness of our being, recognizing that our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, they're all intertwined.
So it's not just about physical rest, it's about giving our minds and spirits time to reconnect and recharge.
Beautifully said.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into holistic fitness.
We have.
We've explored the 4 pillars, discovered a variety of inspiring practices, and talked about how to make it all work in real life.
Yes.
As we wrap up, what's the key message you want our listeners to walk away with today?
I think the most important takeaway is that holistic fitness, it's not a destination, it's a way of life.
Okay.
It's about making choices each and every day that support our overall well-being. Choices that nourish our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And it's about recognizing that this is a journey, not a race. There's no finish line, no perfect way to do it. It's about progress, not perfection.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
And those choices don't have to be drastic or overwhelming.
No.
It's about finding small, sustainable ways to weave wellness into your everyday life.
Precisely. So be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and embrace the journey of holistic living.
This deep dive has given us a taste of what holistic fitness is all about.
Yes.
But the real exploration begins when you start applying these principles to your own life. What small step will you take today to embrace a more holistic approach to your well-being?
Go out there, experiment, have fun, and discover what works best for you. Your holistic journey awaits.
That's right. And remember, we're here to support you along the way. Until next time, keep diving deep.
Absolutely. And you know what? One thing that really struck me in this research is how it reframes the whole idea of fitness.
Yeah.
It's not just about vanity or achieving a certain body type anymore.
That's such an important point, I think. It really shifts the focus from external validation to internal well-being.
Right.
It's about feeling good from the inside out.
Exactly. It takes the pressure off of striving for some unattainable ideal.
Yeah.
And it allows us to focus on what truly matters, our health, our happiness, our
Yeah.
overall well-being. It's about feeling vibrant and alive in your own skin. And, the research emphasizes how empowering that shift in perspective can be.
Yeah.
It opens up this whole new world of possibilities for what fitness can look like and feel like. It's about honoring your unique body and finding what makes you feel strong and energized.
I love that. So it's not about fitting into a certain mold.
No.
It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your individual needs and aspirations.
Exactly.
And speaking of supporting our well-being,
Mm-hmm.
we can't talk about holistic fitness without addressing the role of nutrition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are what we eat, as
Right.
they say.
Yeah.
But it's not about, restrictive diets or calorie counting.
Yeah.
It's about nourishing your body with whole nutrient-dense foods that fuel your energy and support your overall health.
It's about making food choices that make you feel good both physically and mentally.
Yes.
Foods that nourish your body and your soul.
Precisely. And the research, it highlights the importance of listening to your body and honoring your individual needs. What works for one person might not work for another. We all have different metabolisms, dietary preferences, and cultural backgrounds that influence our relationship with food.
So it's about finding what works for you and creating a sustainable approach to eating
Yes.
that supports your holistic fitness journey.
Yes.
But interesting, isn't that, how food goes beyond just fueling our bodies?
You're right. The research, it delves into this fascinating connection between nutrition and our mental and emotional well-being.
Tell me more about that.
Okay.
How can what we eat actually influence how we think and feel?
Well, think about how you feel after a meal that's heavy in processed foods and sugar.
Okay.
You might experience energy crashes, mood swings, or even brain fog.
Yeah. Whereas when you nourish your body with whole, unprocessed foods,
Yes.
you tend to have more sustained energy, a clearer mind, and a more balanced mood. It's like food can be medicine.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about finding that sweet spot where our food choices, they support our physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, from the 4 pillars of holistic fitness to specific practices,
Mm-hmm.
the role of technology, and the importance of nutrition.
Yes.
But there's one more essential piece of the puzzle. We can't leave out sleep.
Ah, yes. Sleep. The ultimate reset button.
Right.
And the research, it emphasizes that it's not just about getting enough hours. It's about the quality of your sleep.
So what are some of the keys to unlocking better sleep? What should we be focusing on?
Think about creating a relaxing bedtime routine.
Okay.
A signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, and avoid screens for at least an hour before bed.
Those are great tips.
Yeah.
It's amazing how those small changes can make such a big difference in the quality of our sleep. And, when we're well rested, we have more energy, we're more focused, and we're better able to handle the inevitable stresses of life.
Precisely. Sleep is like a superpower that enhances our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It's truly a non-negotiable part of our holistic fitness journey.
But it goes even deeper than that, doesn't it? This research suggests this fascinating connection between sleep and our spiritual connection.
That's right. When we're sleep deprived, we tend to feel disconnected, scattered, and just out of sorts.
Yeah.
But when we prioritize rest, and we allow our minds and bodies to fully recharge, we become more attuned to our intuition, our creativity, and our sense of purpose.
It's like sleep allows us to tap into this deeper level of awareness to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about honoring the interconnectedness of our being, recognizing that our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, they're all intertwined.
So it's not just about physical rest, it's about giving our minds and spirits time to reconnect and recharge.
Beautifully said.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into holistic fitness. We've explored the 4 pillars, discovered a variety of inspiring practices, and talked about how to make it all work in real life.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, what's the key message you want our listeners to walk away with today?
I think the most important takeaway is that holistic fitness, it's not a destination, it's a way of life.
Okay.
It's about making choices each and every day that support our overall well-being. Choices that nourish our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And it's about recognizing that this is a journey, not a race.
Right.
There's no finish line, no perfect way to do it. It's about progress, not perfection.
Beautifully said. And those choices don't have to be drastic or overwhelming.
No,
It's about finding small, sustainable ways to weave wellness into your everyday life.
precisely. So be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and embrace the journey of holistic living.
I love that. This deep dive has given us a taste of what holistic fitness is all about. But the real exploration begins when you start applying these principles to your own life. What small step will you take today to embrace a more holistic approach to your well-being?
Go out there, experiment, have fun, and discover what works best for you. Your holistic journey awaits.
That's right. And remember, we're here to support you along the way. Until next time, keep diving deep.